Hello, this is Tyler Drown. We're here at Marina 59 in the beautiful Rockaway Peninsula in Queens, New York, and we're going to be working on some boats today. I'm going to be creating a new transom here for this old fiberglass houseboat, and we're going to be using Coosa Bluewater 26 as the new core material. It's a 1/2 inch thickness, it's lighter than plywood, it's a closed cell composite, and we are going to be using fiberglass resin, mat, and biaxial cloth to fiberglass on both the inside and the outside of the new core and attach it to the back of the boat here. And we need to prep the surface here on this boat and make sure it's ready to receive fiberglass for a new transom. So this is the new core material. It's just delivered by a place called Dynagrout, Long Island. Old transom as a template. Look, I just put it vertical and all of this wood just spat out, just threw up out of the middle of it because it's just totally gone. So I took the transom, laid it out right here on the corner, and then lofted these lines, and now I will cut out the new transom shape out of the new core material. So I am prepping this surface here to receive the new transom and the fiberglass and resin that will go along with it to adhere to it. And I'm going to go back about 8 inches, and I'm using the Sawzall and the angle grinder, and may use a disc sander as well a little later, but might not be necessary with the angle grinder. So I sanded in about 4 or 5 inches on the inside. I'm going to do it on the outside of the seam as well, and then putty in any of the voids here, like here. So I have fully faired in and sanded about 4 inches all the way around, and now I'm going to putty in. I need to also prep the cloth and mat for the new transom, and then I'll resin all that, and also I'll putty in the back. So I'm going to be grinding off these burrs here where it extends over the edge of the new core material. I've got this radius. Some of this isn't kicked yet, but I'm going to finish radiusing this and then glass it in with 8-inch strips, so I'll get 4 inches on each side. So here is my operating procedure. I will make fresh resin in one of these quart containers. I will put silica, my mixer, into another quart container, and then I will mix them together to form the putty in a third container, and then I'll bring that inside to the job site and work on that wherever I am. So I mix it, and then I pour it into a quart container. I put some silica in there, and then I pour the kicked resin on top of there, and then mix it together and get putty. This is like consistency. So I filleted on the inside, and I used both sides of this beer bottle for a small and a larger radius. And I'm using Yingling Black and Tan, which is the perfect blend of lager and porter. So I've wetted each side of the seam using this 3-inch brush because I'm going to use 8 inches of cloth to tape that together. I am here in our office here, Joe's shipping container, and I'm going to be cutting 8 inches of cloth and mat. We're going to alternate the different layers and apply it on the transom. What's great here is I've already cut out the exact shape and length of the transom in this cloth. So I'm just cutting 8 inches beyond that outline, and then I'll do it again here, and I'll have the perfect length already. I don't even have to get out the tape measure. That, fitting it in place, had to make little cuts for the turns and corners, and we're doing it. We are all taped up and ready for the application of resin. You can see everything is wetted. It took about a quart. So I now have the mat laid out and ready to glass. Apply a resin. So now we have layer of mat, or layer of cloth, layer of mat, and it's in there pretty secure. So next, not today, we will be fiberglassing on the outside. We'll probably do at least 5 layers. First layer mat, then layer cloth, then layer mat, then layer cloth, then layer mat. This is the inside of the houseboat transom. It looks like it cured and finished and everything. So now we are going to do the exterior side. That's going to get 5 or 6 layers of fiberglass. So I'm here back in Marina 59, and I'm going to try to get some work done on the new transom for this little houseboat. We have here now a layer of mat, then a layer of cloth, all of it fully wetted with the polyester resin. Again, fiberglass is glass reinforced plastic, GRP. So there is a glass textile and polyester resin, which is a plastic, hardens to be a plastic. We need to end on a matte layer of fiberglass mat, and likewise we'll do probably 3 more layers, another layer of mat, another layer of cloth, and then another layer of mat. And then after the transom is complete with the glassing, we will make sure it's nice and smooth and that the rest of the vessel is fully prepped, because we'll be applying gel coat with the sprayer and making a new color scheme as specified by the owners here. Here back at the houseboat, and it's cured nicely. Got the cloth on the outside here as the last layer. I'm just going to take down little places where there are burrs here and here, and then we'll fiberglass some more layers on. The next day, I sanded and started reattaching the engine cover and putting things back together. We applied more resin, and we'll smooth things out and get ready for the next project on this boat.